the lines of genre in music today are super blurry, and that's exciting. There's some stuff on this album that's definitely like sums up Lion of Judah, like this is what we sound like, but I feel like there's a good amount of experimentation for us on this album too, sonically, because even though lots of people will come to this first as a Lion of Judah record, like we feel like we've done quite a lot of music, and I think we wanted to experiment and do a few different things in terms of sound. So there are some songs that are like kind of that 80s pop sound that we've done before, and there's some other stuff on this album that's definitely not 80s pop. Definitely I have songs on this record that are really revealing and I think I'm okay with that, because I feel like until you reach that space of being open and honest, you can't be as effective as you possibly could be.
'Cause better than life is your love, far sweeter than I could dream of. Yeah, let's calm that.
For me, the albums that I've listened to that have been the most influential, not just musically but like in my faith, and that have had the most power to change things for me, have been the ones where I feel like the writer is just literally just laid it all out on the line, like held nothing back, exposed their heart in the music and in the lyrics. And why that's effective is because seldom are those feelings limited to the individual. Like the things that we are anxious about, the things that we get scared about, the things that depress us, the things that we struggle with in our faith, the things that excite us, they're generally the same. And so when somebody speaks about those honestly and doesn't use too many Christian phrases or cliches, like that for me is super powerful. How do you feel about this album so far?
Loving it.
Honestly, yeah.
Bit tired.
Closer has got to be one of my favourites on the album, just kind of from a production standpoint. I think it was the one I had my hands on for the longest. I think I had it for at least a year before any of the other tracks. And so slowly I was just working away on it, and because it was the first one I was working on, it kind of then led the other songs in a certain direction. We were kind of taking in our influences and creating an idea of what the album was going to look and sound like. And Closer was a bit of a defining song for that. There's also moments in the album where, you know, it goes places that we haven't gone to before. And I think some people are going to be surprised to hear some of the tracks and think, I've not heard this from Lion of Judah before.
For me, I've really been able to enjoy listening to this album, and I think it's a real listener album. What I like about this is it's accessible. It's got lots of influences from different genres and different styles and different artists. I think sonically it's got wider. I think Josh and Isaac have particularly expanded and aimed to do that, and aimed to look at bringing in different sounds.
We're a small team and we do it all ourselves, everything kind of up to master, and the album was no different, but what we managed to bring in was some of the new influences that we've come across, and also some of the lessons that we've learned from making music in the past. And so it should be the best piece of music we've produced, at least technically, in terms of mixes and recording and stuff like that. My approach to recording drums on this album has been the same as it always has, which is just to serve the song. So I try not to come in with any preconceptions of what the recording is going to look like in terms of where we do it or how I set it up. I just try to let the song speak for itself, and then a lot of the time, just because of the kind of music we produce, that ends up being samples, sometimes ones we've created and sometimes ones we've found. But then occasionally you'll get the opportunity to go somewhere nice and record a massive acoustic sound. And we did that with this album when we went to Surrey University and did a session on Lifeline.
I'm really excited about the opportunity to make art in a Christian context, and it does something that nothing else can do. Christians, more than anybody, have reason to make art and to make things that are beautiful, and I'm excited about the opportunity to do that, and what we're seeing here in the UK, people who are showing what's possible, pushing boundaries and making really, really great art that combines the power of the gospel with the power of music. And to be a part of that in the UK is just a blessing and something that we're loving being a part of.